Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your energy blueprint reading here on the Astroflower. We're going to be going into your chakras and your auras for the week going from the 30th through to the 5th of November. November? Where did that come from? If November's got something to do with you, this is obviously for you. We did a monthly reading as well for February, and I'm starting to call it Funny February, because it's teeing up that way. It's going to be amazing things going to be happening in the beginning of March. So it's going to be really interesting to follow this through for the next sort of 2 months. Let's just see what's going on with your root chakra at the moment. Okay, so this has been throughout the signs. Every single sign has this at the moment. It's on the left-hand side. You're getting, it's very well defined. It's compressed. It's compacted. It's solid. This is all to do with work, administration, and stuff like that. So there's like you're getting on. It's a steamroller that just cannot be stopped. Sort of scenario on your relationship side and the emotional sort of side within your root. So your root is a bit like the foundations of everything you do, sort of belief systems and stuff like that as well. The part of the raison d'être. It's part of the vertical energy. Okay, so we have 3 types of energy. It's the left and hand rule in electromagnetism. This is your vertical energy. It's all about what you're doing here in life, as it were. And here you've got more movement. It's not so well defined. So within the relationship side, I think there was a definition within you. This is what it feels like. This is the sort of message I'm getting from it. It's a case of you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know how you want it. I'm not sure the rest of the world does. That could well be the situation here. So you may be able to sort of define it for you, but it might be difficult for others to perceive that on the outside of where you're coming from. So this may make you a little bit coy, a little bit retracted from the outside world, as it were, which is, you tend to do this, Capricorn. You'll go on a social spree, and then you'll have some time for yourself. And it maybe this week here is a bit of time for yourself. Let's just see. We'll see that more within the other chakras. Let's just see what's going on. Yeah, there's all work, no play, isn't there? So that needs to be adjusted. Even if it's just little things once in a while, even if it's just 5 minutes in a day of singing in the kitchen or something like that, just taking time out for you to breathe, to just allow things to just flow from you in a way. Because that sacrum is in balance. You've got the right hand side, which is a lot lower than the left hand side. That's really good if you're working like a mule, and you appears to be that way. You're being driven into your workspace. This could well be a factor of not wanting to look at your emotional sort of side or your emotional connection through the relationships around you. That could well be a case. And, I'm Capricorn. I know what you mean. So I will call you out because I call myself out on it. And it's just trying to find a little bit more sort of balance and equilibrium within the whole thing. Okay, so what you should be doing is doing basically you've got the right. I'll give you the mechanics. Your solar plexus is incredibly infused with your heart chakra. I think it's the biggest infusion I've seen out of all the signs, and it's happening to all the signs. And I think this has got something to do with the pole shift. So I'm going to be doing a special video on Sunday, diving deep into the sort of the fusing of the chakras at the moment, and also the changing aspect of the aura as well. There's been some major changes going on at the moment within the human energy field. But here, the chakra here seems to be fused with the heart chakra, and it's almost as if it's like kind of like you're passionate, really, really passionate about something that you really care about. If that's not the case for you, you're going to feel this time very frustrating and annoying, and not feel the sensation of really not getting anywhere, feeling of sensation of being absolutely stuck. So I would open up your heart and start investigating the things that make you feel that you're on your righteous path, because this is a real righteous energy. It's like a, you know, Richard of Lionheart in a way, sort of, you know, Arthur of the Round Table sort of thing. It's a noble thing that's happening here, and I think it's happening in every sign, but it here is really, really fused. Let's just see how it is playing between the two. So it is the heart that's feeding the solar plexus at the moment. And so it's your heart's desires which are driving your passion, your force, your courage, your confidence, everything like that. And I think you could feel really confident at the moment, a real sort of a sensation of knowing who you are and what you should be doing. Therefore, you know your own value in a way, if you know what I mean. So it's really, it's flowing between the two. The actual solar plexus itself, the rest of it, because there's some of it that seems to be involved in the heart, you know, the rest of it is really well formed. It's not aggressive. It's not, it's very composed. So, and I think this is because the reason you're being composed is because you've got stuff to do. And with that composition within you of those chakras, yeah, I can understand now the sacrum and the root chakra. It's moving into because we've moved into Aquarius season, so you're into your winter period, which comes after your birthday. It's the first 3 months after your birthday, and there was a huge amount of stuff that goes on in nature during the winter. It's not just everything. The trees are growing enormously, but they're growing their roots. That's what they're doing. As the sap goes down in autumn, and then it feeds the roots, and then that root system then can use those the CO2 which it captures and puts it into bigger roots, because it's going to need bigger roots for the more branches it has next year. It's a rhythmical fashion between the two, you know. And you've got into this winter season where you're really trying to get things done, rooting into your success, basically. And it's seems to be a real bee in your bonnet, basically. Let's just see what's going on your heart chakra. There is a desire to be social, but nothing too hectic, nothing too heavy. It's very light, but multitude of social activities, connecting with loads of different people, as it were. Let's just see what's going on. There is a lot of emotions at the surface, so it's enjoying the moment, the here and now, which appears to be quite important. So, you know, when you're with someone, you're really with someone. When you're not with them, you're not with them. It's that sort of scenario. Let's just see what's going on in the heart. This is similar to Sagittarius. Was it Sagittarius? No, it was Gemini. But there is a swelling within your heart in the middle. It's not a bad thing. It's spherical rather than pointed. Now, pointed, when it swells and gets pointed, that's real dealing with traumas, past traumas and stuff like that. This is emotions about sort of like, how do I fit within everything? And this is the learning curve maybe of Funny February that we were talking about in the collective reading, which you know, will be linked at the end of this video. And there is this learning curve that everybody seems to be going through. And I think here is possibly a learning curve of how you place yourself within the everything that is around you. So that's including plants, animals, humans, planets, solar systems, just connecting and positioning yourself. And this is what we were talking about in February as well. And that seems to be a desire for you that I think you'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy that collective coming together as a one sort of thing. And you may even be provoking it in your life. And that's what's feeding that solar plexus as well. So there is a real call to a mission here. It'd be interesting if the Knight of Swords comes out and the Sun comes out. Let's just see what's going on in the third eye and the throat chakra. They're actually really nice. They're in beautiful balance. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. They're in beautiful balance, so there is clear communication from your side, logical clear communication, as it were. You may not be communicating a lot, but the communication that you do tends to be clear and concise, which is, I think, one of the reasons that gives you that sort of an overall energy of, I'm calm, I've got this, got a lot on, but I've got this sort of thing. Let's just see what's going on the crown chakra. This is large. There's not too much in the way of emotions, so that's quite nice. But there is, in the center of if you imagine the heart, the crown chakra is like that. It's like a hat that we sort of put on. And inside there, you have what is, we can describe as the consciousness. And the consciousness is not in your mind, it's in everything. And this consciousness is like an extra bit of core that you can add to your chakra in order to go further than what is normal. And that's how you can enlarge your chakra, enlarge your consciousness. And then you can have experiences that are even more fulfilling. What seems to be going on here, it seems to be connected to that heart. And there seems to be a learning process as well, which you seem to be going through. And this is what Funny February is all about. It seems to be a case of a conscious learning within all of us. And it's going to make for the beginning of March where people are going to be kind of going, do you know what? I'm not buying into the old way of doing things, the old paradigm, because my consciousness now is keyed into the new paradigm. And all of that stuff that you keep throwing at us as a collective, it's not really working anymore. It doesn't compute anymore. That's what it seems to be the actual learning at the moment. If there was anything that could really help out your chakras, because unfortunately you're in a pretty good position, although some of them are highly unbalanced, they're unbalanced in a way that's helping you do what you got to do what you do best. But I would still open those ideas, or the sacrum, open the ideas to pleasures and sort of personal pleasures where you can share those pleasures with other people. So if I wanted to go and play darts, for example, it'd be much better if I went and played with someone. So I can phone up someone and sort of say, I'm going to go and play darts later on. And they say, oh, great idea. Can I come with you? And, coming out the darts, they say, oh, look, I was going to go to a football match, or I was going to go and watch a bit of theatre, or I'm going to go for a walk. And, you may turn around and kind of go, do you know what? Yeah, that'd be great. I'll go with you. And this is where you're going to enjoy that moment. And it's not looking for it so much. It's just having that fair exchange that's going on. Let's just see what's going on with your aura. Okay, here we've got that anomaly again, which I'll be going into on Sunday night. And it's as if and it ties into beautifully to your heart chakra at the moment, the fusing of the two. It's a way of, it's almost as if if you take like an onion, and we've got layers of onions, it's like layers of magnetic fields, as it were. And one magnetic field seems to be growing or taking the place of two magnetic fields. Now let's just have a look down at the base of your base of your aura. Yeah, and we can see this down below. It's undulated, it's a bit slow. It's almost like a snake shedding its skin, and this is the skin that it can't really go anywhere because it's trying to wriggle out of it. And this is encouraging the root chakra. That's why if you're not doing what you should be doing, you're going to feel very stuck. So whatever you do, I would just follow the heart and start something. It doesn't really matter which direction you start with. It's just a case of putting one foot in front of the other. Once you start doing that, then you'll get the direction going forward. Okay, so in your meditation here to help out with your aura and this transition, as it were, I would take time out on a daily basis, and you don't have to take much, sort of 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes before you go to bed, you know, just to connect with everything that is around you. You know, it could be connecting with the stars and the trees, the clouds. Just connect so you feel at one with what is flowing through you. I think that will help you out a lot. It will give you a lot of sort of intuition about how to, you know, go forward on your righteous path, as it were, your karmic path. And I think that'd be really good. So you're going to want to subscribe and click that bell. I know it, because you're going to want to see that thing on the Sunday night about the chakras and the aura. And so then, therefore, you get notifications on this. Obviously, share this video across all media, social networking platforms. And I thank you very much for your support on this channel. It's an amazing journey. I've been really enjoying it. Yeah. So there's only left for me to say, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.